When Julie asked me last fall to send her some poems to look at for Southampton Review, I wanted to give her a decent selection, hoping there'd be something in there she might like. So I sent her 7 poems, and she immediately contacted me and took all of them, which I'm sure many of you know never happens. So I'm going to read all of them to you. Most of these are quite short. And the first poem is actually dedicated to Linda Gregg, who wanted to be here today but is not feeling well. Goes about her business. She has loosened to the point. It's hard to tell just who is speaking, she or the other she that she was. What happens to any of us as we age, as we trade in one set of words for another? Remember how it was she used to speak, that is, if she spoke at all. PlayStation. Smart bombs ushering in another 4th of July. Baghdad lit up like a Christmas tree, or a million fireflies. Dictatorial news reports cutting little ice. A bloodfest of humanitarian proportions, the coalition said. Surgical strikes to relieve the growing tension. A high-tech, low-gore, telegenic war. Amnesia at all costs. Did you watch the war last night? Anything I miss? Mm-hmm. Just a few moments ago, Star Black asked me if my sex life in bed was as good as it is on the page.
Just checking.
One night stand. The all-night party's aftermath, staining bed sheets left in disarray. Weapons-grade plutonium bartered to the highest bidder. Jagged discontinuities perplexing those inclined to love him most. His mother suffers to be reinvented at the hands of whom? Let advertisers inform on someone else's shopping list. Proud to say, I'm no longer part of America's key demographic, where humor once tempered a need for control. Sex-intensive sweatshop labor, the new pornography. Unable to forfeit our own destructive habits, nor question why. The night all primo bubbly and hecco amano savoir faire. A man in my apartment, leaving DNA all over the place. In a landscape drained by love's demands, till greed exacts a price. Another sad madrigal as sung by the Magdalene. It's almost as if I didn't count God hustling me for everything I have, except for the funds in my bank account I kept from him, for fear we'd amount to little more than just another sad fuck. Nor can his cock account for leaving my gang-banged cunt sadder than a creek gone dry, feeling had, except for the funds left in my account that I still refuse to touch. Don't get me wrong, I like choirs singing madrigals in church while keeping count of private ecstasies, excessive wants reproaching my God for gadgets glazed with splooge, such accounts drained of respectability. Can't go on, nor can anything radical will save me now, as I've lost count of all that's left in this sorry ass account. I always wondered what kind of villanelle Mary Magdalene would write. No morning after. Stress-related viral loads imploding self-regard. As draft by draft the dream continues on, so hypertense and high, one's sense of self reduced to sex. Whatever it once took to cross the divide. Box office crucifixions, self-hatred's family portrait affixed to the fridge. This is dedicated to all of you who've ever had phone sex. 1-900 she-mail. When the wife says no, the husband goes elsewhere, alone, accompanied, hardly matters. He goes from a state of dress to undress, from wig and tits all the way to the jackpot. What he wants is code for pleasure on his face, in her mouth, up his ass. Few positions that haven't been tried. What his wife won't give, she will, restoring in himself a sense of self as he sidles headlong back to bed. And this is finally for my father, who is 81, and I just visited him in Shanghai. Tried to stay unconscious of all his breaths, the lower brain hardly a center suitable for prayer, knowing that his heart would go and go in all weathers until it just gave out. It made no difference that those leaky valves had to be replaced. Survival's odds enough for someone so spry. The long bolt through his femur, but a reminder of the engine block ramming up through the dashboard's mangled face. Tube stuck down his throat, straying from reality into a realm full of feeling. I sit at his bedside reciting verses that his neighbors once knew by heart, in a century mastered by rote. Voices wandering over the page's slavish progress toward an unrecoverable. Another fainting spell. The leaves outside, a fallen bridal train. Warmer air seems far away at this time of year in this antiseptic room. A basket of tropical fruit sent from a land where neither of us has ever been.